Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new episode of Coming Home, live after semester at sea. My name is Viviana Premazzi. I was Intercultural Communication Specialist on Voyage 134. Together with me, there is our ASL interpreter. And today we have a very special guest, someone who was very, I would say, very important in our voyage, not also because he was like the captain of our team, my team at the Sea Olympics. So I think there are many things actually we can talk about with you. But first of all, welcome, Jonathan. Welcome to our series.
Thank you so much. I am so delighted to be here. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. So let's start with I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself for the people who maybe sail with us and don't remember. I don't think there's any, but especially for the people that didn't sail with us and don't know. And also, what was your role on the ship?
Yeah, so I'm Jonathan Kroll. I'm a leadership educator based in Boston, Massachusetts, USA. And on the ship, I taught 2 leadership and ethics courses, as well as one of the Start at Sea courses for the gap year students. I was also an incredible sea captain for the Aegean Sea for the faculty, the staff, and the lifelong learners and the ship kids. And so that's who I am and what I did on the ship.
Perfect. Thank you. And so for the people who are maybe watching this for the first time, they don't have any idea about semester at sea, can you explain in your own words, but maybe especially because of your role, if you want also to explain what is Start at Sea, that's something very special also of semester at sea.
Yeah. Semester at Sea is an absolutely incredible, transformative study abroad experience for students across the globe. And each voyage is a new experience, new students, new faculty, new staff who create a community and sail across the planet to 8 to 10 different ports. And so it becomes a cross-cultural, a cross-country study abroad experience that is really quite unique. And as somebody who sailed twice, I sailed in the fall of 2012 as a resident director, and then I just sailed on our voyage as a faculty member. It is truly a remarkable, transformative experience. And so highly advocate that if you're thinking about going in any capacity, seriously consider it. And so the Start at Sea program is a specialized experience for gap year students. So those who have completed their high school, but not yet started next, whatever that is, whether it's working full time or going to university or something else. And so we create a community on the ship and provide opportunities for a shared class experience, shared travel experiences, and then, of course, shared social experiences on the voyage as a way to connect these students to one another, to semester at sea, provide healthy travel tips, and then also preparation for life after semester at sea, whether they're pursuing work or pursuing university.
Thank you. I think that's very important. It's just you said before with all the excitement, it's really for everyone. Just look at, probably you will find something for you, like it is for the gap year students. So then we came back, and actually now there are a few months, and even Voyage 135 now they already, let's say, finished their voyage while we are talking now. So what do you miss the most about semester at sea?
I think I maybe miss 2 things the most. One is the community. I really felt a strong connection to members of our shipboard community and miss having those daily interactions and engagements because of the friendships that I was able to create on the ship. And then, of course, when we were in port. I also really miss the rhythm of life on the ship and having that schedule. I'm an entrepreneur. I founded a nonprofit organization. And so every day I have to wake up and decide, what am I going to do today? And what was really lovely with the semester at sea schedule is it was so regimented with our academic experiences, classes during the day. And I had 2 8 a.m. classes for A days and B days. And so my start of the day was the same every single day. and our meals were together, and our cross currents was a uniting force, particularly for faculty and those students who decided to join. And so there was just a rhythm on the ship that I really appreciated, that has been difficult to try to find back on land here in Boston.
Yeah, and I can totally relate. Like, I've also have my own company, and I was scared at the beginning of semester C, like this routine will fit me, and actually then I miss it, exactly as you said. It's like this knowing, and also knowing that you're gonna meet these people, this community every day at lunch, at dinner. It's really something I'm missing every day, every single moment. So, but let's go on the positive. What's one of your best memory of this, our Voyage 134?
Well, although our Aegean Sea did not fare very well, I had an absolute blast serving as a coordinator, a convener for our Sea Olympic team. And then, of course, the Sea Olympics day was really special, really spectacular. I think a uniting force for the shipboard community, a celebratory experience, and an event that enabled everybody to participate in meaningful ways because of the diversity of experiences that folks could engage in to show up on that day. And so that's one of my favorite memories from our voyage.
Yeah, and I can totally agree. Yeah, you were great as captain, and we also had Julia in this like video interview series, another captain, and I think it was really a great time for us as a community, and also all the preparation, like, because yeah, it was not only that day, but like all the morning doing like the lip sync or the synchronized swimming or like training ourselves with all the different Sea Olympics and activities. So yeah, well done, and it's definitely I think also one of my favorite memories. Then we came back. This is also one of the reasons we are doing this series, because despite having like tried to prepare ourselves about like re-entry and adjustment, still for some of us was harder than expected. And so we were kind of like reach out to this community, try to understand how to keep the memories. And how was for you, especially also considered that you had like two different experiences. So maybe there's something you learned in the first experience, in the first voyage, that then you were able to translate and use in this one. How was for you coming back?
Yeah, difficult. I think it's always difficult because of
Oh no.
the nature of the experience, the nature of the community, the pace, the container that we create, socially, emotionally, academically. And so it's really difficult. Because I had experience from my first voyage, although it was a dozen years ago, I knew a little bit of what I could expect for myself. And so as part of that, in 2012, when I got off the ship, we disembarked in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and my grandparents live 40 minutes from there, or they did. And so I went from the ship to family time, and then like life back on land. And for me, that was a real jarring experience. So what I wanted to do with our voyage was extend my travel to have some time for me to decompress before returning to my regular mode of operating in Boston. And so I extended my time in Thailand, and then I extended it to continue traveling into Laos before New Year's Eve with friends in California, and then returning to Boston in early January. And so that provided me with time and space to process my experience and to think about how I wanted to show up when I did return to Boston. I also knew that I was going to be itching to travel, and I was going to be wanting to have these experiences similar to what we had on the voyage, where we were at sea for a certain amount of days and then traveling and adventuring in all these incredible places. And so I filled my calendar for most of, or the end of January, and then February into March. So almost 2 months of travel. I think I was in Boston for 8 days out of 2 months. And some of that were work trips and conferences. And then some of it was personal and social traveling to visit with friends and to spend time continuing to be on the move. And so that was a very helpful transition for me as I entered back into the United States and back into life after our voyage.
Thank you. I think that was very important and something we have heard also from others. So having this kind of like buffer zone, buffer time, time for yourself, time to decompress before, let's say, getting back into reality or like semester or teaching or studying. So that's a very, let's say, wise suggestion. And also the other, like keep traveling and keep trying. You cannot have the same, but maybe you can keep something of that like momentum of traveling and discovery. Anything else, like any other resource that you feel to maybe share, maybe with the specifically for students or for faculty or?
Yeah, I probably didn't use as many formal resources I probably should have. Certainly, I'm connected to a number of WhatsApp groups and connected with folks there, and then also transitioned to regular text, which has been lovely. Keeping up with folks, phoning or WhatsApping folks, and having some video chats has been really fantastic to keep connected with now close friends. I'd have to think more about what resources, but I probably didn't tap into as many resources as I should have, knowing about the transition coming back to life after our voyage.
Yeah. Thank you. But then, yeah, I think also for like the WhatsApp group or the regular text, like keeping in touch is also something that like we all share. And then, and also now like seeing each other in this like video series is also something that seems was very appreciated for me, was very helpful also, let's say, to deal with the coming back. Thank you so much, Jonathan. And thank you for your time. And I wish you all the best for all like your NGO, your trainings. And I'm sure we'll be in touch. And thank you everyone for watching. Bye.